All right, this is not the ideal situation or setup, but I just thought I'd do a quick video to help people with their KS dropper post if it's a little bit sticky. Now, the situation is a little bit different with our dropper posts, especially this is an E20. If you've got an E20, you're going to find that this is probably a fix for it. Ignore your setup over here, ignore pretty much all your cabling and stuff. Try this first, it might help. Firstly, you're going to need to remove this top piece. It screws off, but you're probably going to need either a really good grip or like a rubber wrench, or some people might call it a whip wrench, or you know, whatever you call it. Some people use them to remove oil filters from the bottom of cars. Anyway, once that's off, unscrews, which I've already done and loosened mine to make this quicker. Pop that up. Now, on a lot of dropper seat posts, you're going to see there's like a little bushing down here. Now, ours is in there, but it's pretty dead set. So removing it's a little bit tricky. What's probably actually happening is you're getting a load of gunk buildup up here in this rubber seal at the top. This seal protects these bushings and bearings and all your mechanisms down here from just getting grime in it. What you're going to do once this is released is you have room for maneuver. You're going to take a cutting implement, but something small. I'm using a 1/2 mil Allen head here, and you're going to put it in between the rubber seal and the seat post collar, and you're going to push quite hard whilst keeping this at an angle and move all the way around. You're going to do that a couple of times until you feel that this becomes more and more loose. Once it's pretty loose, you should be all set. Take a drink of wine. And then what you want to do, once that's clean, take a little piece of towel, wipe around the bottom. Oh, losing focus here. And wipe around the top and under there. I've already done that, so no issues. Then you want to go out and buy a good quality but quite thin grease. I like Buzzies. I don't have that right now. I've just run out of it. It's quite expensive. So, I'm going like too crazy. SRAM butter's pretty good, but if you can't do that and you're near Walmart or Asda in England and you know that they stock Lucas products, white lithium grease is going to be fine. It's light enough where it's not going to cause any major issues. It's not perfect, but it's all right. It's pretty cheap as well. I think this was $5.99, so $5.99, probably £5.99 in England. Squirt a little bit onto your fingy and rub it around the bottom. And around that side. I'm going to push it up. Probably actually need a lot less than that, but it's fine. I'm going to push it up a little bit on the seat post. So when the collar comes down, it's going to rub on the inside as well of this seal, not just on the top, like where you might push it down onto it. So push it down, and that squishes it all down. Screw that back on. It's a really long thread. All that grease is working great. You probably don't need to do it up quite as tight as it comes from the factory. I was able to remove mine with my hand, but some people might struggle a little bit. And then to finish it off, if you want, you can get something from like Muck Off or some other company. Like, oh my God, the focus on this. Just to grease up this a little bit, just some very, very, very light lubricant. You could even use oil or whatever. And your seat post should be pretty sweet after that. Just make sure you clean up really good in between that little gap, because basically it gets full of grime and then it adds pressure and pushes against the seat post, and that's why it's not returning. Okie dokie.